there, the logo. Admit one presentations present.
Any second
Any
now.
second now? It should
Any
come up. I mean,
moment.
it worked really well in rehearsal.
It's going to come up.
Yes. Now.
Any minute. All right.
Doesn't that look good?
Very nice.
Very nice indeed.
All right. You got everything set?
Oh, I'm so happy.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think it's really
There with
great.
the camera.
Ooh.
All right. Everything ready?
Yep.
Yes.
Wanna
Okay.
fire up
I
the
got my
lights?
notes. I got my notes. Okay.
There we go.
Lights on. Lights on.
Oh,
Here we go.
2,
Okay. You got
and
that
number
one?
3. There we
All
go.
right.
You're
All
on.
right. Yes. Hi. You got me? Yeah. Okay. Hi. I'm Chuck, and I'm your host for this tape, Chuck's Choice Cuts. And what should I tell you? Why we're here? No, let me sit down. I feel much more relaxed when I sit down. Okay. Well, my name's Chuck, and Ryerson is my friend running the camera, and we're here. Now, I want to tell you right off the bat that if you have any fears about our hosting ability, we have had experience hosting before.
Oh, yes, we have. We did a whole year.
Yes.
Working nights.
Yes. If you watch television in Toronto, you'd know that Ryerson and I used to do a show called The All Night Show, and then that went off the air, and, well, we were looking around for for work. Well, I was looking around for work. Actually, Ryerson didn't have to look for
busily
work.
being rich.
Yes, Ryerson had quite an inheritance last year from
Uncle
his
Philip,
Uncle
yes.
Philip in Scotland,
Yes.
and well, in a kind of a way, that's why we're here. Why don't you explain that, Ryerson?
Well, you see, I was looking for something in television, in the television field, to
Yes.
put my money in, because, I mean, sitting in the bank's all right, but, I mean, I like to do things with money, you know. I mean, if you have it, you may as well play with it, you know. So I bumped into Fred and Andy, who are the owners of Admit One Video Presentations, and they said, hey, listen, why don't you put some money into the company, because we want to expand? And I said, great, now that gives me an idea, because poor old Chuck's sitting around doing nothing.
Well, not poor old Chuck.
Well, I mean,
don't think
not
of
as
yourself
well
like
off
that.
as Ryerson type Chuck.
That's right. That's true.
So
I'll admit that.
I have made that one of the conditions of putting in some money into the company, and here we are, doing our first one.
Ryerson insisted they hire me to do this. But you're lucky it's me, because I've brought down my collection. I brought down, well, things I thought that you'd be interested in seeing. I mean, you know, put a good tape together. And so we've got some cartoons,
Yes.
some shorts. I've got an old TV series, some serials,
Trailers.
trailers.
It's a lot to pack into 2
Scopatones.
hours.
Yeah.
Mm.
You're suggesting we get on with it.
Well, it might be a good idea.
All right,
'cause
all right. Well, let me start off with this. I think you'll like this a lot. So, here we go. Come on, get out of there. I'm not absolutely used to this machine. There we go. Oh, there's one in there. Ah, this is the one I want to play.
I'm still getting the hang of this new camera. It's really nice, though. Makes nice pictures.
No, this isn't the one I want to play. It doesn't fit in there. Here we go.
Oh, you're trying to put a Betamax in a VHS. That's good. I like that.
Well, I haven't done it for 6 months. Okay, here we go. Play.
Switch.
And switch.
I'd like to bring to you one of my favorite singing groups with their version of Jump Children, the Flamingos.
Start jumping at the break of day.
When the joint starts jumping, it's almost the break of day. When the joint starts jumping, it's almost the break of day. Well, I miss my baby 'cause she's so far away. Well, when my baby left me, she didn't even say goodbye. When my baby left me, she didn't even say goodbye. But all I could do was hang my head and cry. Shabba-doo-ba-ba-doo-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba Well, well, do you want to jump children? Do you want to jump children? Do you want to rock children? Do you want to rock children? Do you want to jump children? Jump, jump, jump,
to 11?
No.
Oh, come on.
All the leaves are brown, and the sky is gray.
And one day, my man out there, he died.
Oh, many of the night, oh, many of the night. Everybody says the same. Everybody says the same. One more time to the same. Everybody says the same. One more time.
Oh, honey, well, this can't be.
Flying saucers have invaded our planet. Washington, London, Paris, Moscow are key targets. The whole world is under attack. Can it survive?
We are the survivors of a disintegrated solar system. At this moment, the remainder of our fleet is circling your globe.
What do you want with me?
Arrange for your world leaders to confer with us in the city of Washington.
They set up an electronic screen. The artillery doesn't penetrate. Never before has the screen reached such heights of excitement. Breathtaking spectacle. Hair-raising terror. See the saucer men's high-frequency disintegrators. These flying saucers travel thousands of miles in seconds. See great cities leveled by flying saucer monsters. Look.
The same kind of thing that's watched us since the beginning of the project.
People of Earth, attention. People of Earth, attention. This is a voice speaking to you from thousands of miles beyond your planet.
They're coming down to take over. They made that clear to us in the saucer.
To the best of our knowledge, my wife and I are the only ones left alive.
Can win you with a wing. Ain't she cute? Sweet Betty.
Betty Boop! Send her in! Hi. Lights out. Howdy, ho! Walk this way.
Okay.
Seated.
Thank you.
Hocus pocus, dibbity bibbity, dibbity dan. Concentrate. I will now bear the naked truth of your baby days. I now see you on a steamer bound for a foreign land.
Is there anyone here?
No!
Excuse me. All by myself in the morning. All by myself in the night. I am alone, not a single soul is near. So unhappy here. Dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. All by myself. Bunko!
There we go. And eject. All right, that was Betty Boop, and that was actually an early Betty Boop cartoon. If you watch Betty Boop, you'll notice that after a certain point, Betty Boop had to wear more clothes. You couldn't show her breasts, and she had to wear a longer skirt. And of course, this one was one of the earlier ones, before 1932, when the Hayes Commission said, no more breasts and things.
Oh.
And
Mae West got done in by that too, didn't she?
That's
Hayes
right.
Commission, yeah.
That's right. Yeah. So Betty Boop, I think they're wonderful. So let me see what else I got here. Uh-oh.
Chaos, look at that. Cassette on the
nut
floor,
makes bad
pictures fall
mistake.
to the bottom of the cassette.
Yeah, we're well, actually, that's true. You know, you got to be very careful. Don't drop your tapes because you can actually disturb the molecular structure of the tape, and then you won't be able to see it. You'll get a fuzzy picture.
Oh.
If you're looking at a fuzzy picture now and you haven't dropped your tape, though, it may be some other kind of problem. But let me explain this to you right now. Here, look at now this machine here. Well, actually, stop that. Okay, if you're looking at me and I look fuzzy to you, that could be tracking problems on your machine. So if you look on your machine and you'll see a button that says tracking on it, and if you adjust that, and have fuzz, you may be able to adjust that fuzz right out of there because
To get rid of the scrambled egg
yeah,
at
well,
the
each
top of the
tape is
bottom.
different,
Yeah.
right?
Every tape recorder records slightly differently, so that's why you have that tracking button there.
Right. So adjust the tracking button on your machine if I look fuzzy. If I still look fuzzy after you've adjusted that, maybe you've got dirty heads. And I just happen to have the thing right here, which could clean that up. Not for you personally, because it's here and you're there, but you could get one of these yourself. I use the Allsop. Here, give us money. We're advertising this for you. Just kidding. Anyway, this is very simple to use, and you get your machine up like that, and you take this little dropper. Can you see this, Ryerson?
Yeah, I can see it really nicely.
Now you get this this dropper here, and you have to be very careful because you have to drop 15 drops, no more. 7,
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16!
Uh-oh, 16, throw it away. No, that's okay, but you're supposed to hit 15, and 25 you put on the sharing. 15, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 23, 24, 25.
Oh, done like an expert.
Gotcha. Isn't that no good?
Yeah.
All right. Now, you slip this
Into your mouth.
Into your and put your fingers in the machine. No, you slip it right in the machine, like so, and then you press play, and you let that run through, and it'll play for 5 seconds or so.
Oh, and that just cleans the heads right off.
Cleans the heads right off, and you can do it 2 or 3 times.
Really? And how often do you do that, Chuck?
Oh, well, only once every 6 months or so.
Really?
I mean, it cleans it right up.
Takes
Get
yeah,
that one
because you get
small.
all that flaky stuff off the head.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Maybe I'll try that when I get home.
If you adjust your tracking and you put in the head cleaner, and I'm still fuzzy, I'd get a new machine. Or maybe a new tape. But, meanwhile, back at the ranch, well, actually, pretty close to back at the ranch, this is a serial from 1939, an old serial called Zorro's Fighting Legion, one of the many masked men doing good deeds at the time. So here we go, Zorro's Fighting Legion. And go!
We ride with the wind over hill, over dale, with the spirits that cannot fail, and the sorrow are we. We ride with the wind and the glow side by side, with the song ringing far and wide, and the sorrow are we. We ride.
Are they all there now? Yes, and they'll stay there. The back door's barred, and the Yankees will see that no one gets out the front way. It'll only be a few minutes now before that powder goes off.
Come on, we'll join Zorro.
Back! Get back inside!
Lock, they'll have to bring it down.
quick. Well, let Don Dolores' men think they've gotten away. Disband now. Juan, you follow Don Dolores' men.
That's why you called off the Legion.
Right. They won't be so careful about hiding their trail. Find out where they went. I'll take care of Ramon. So you and your men leave as soon as Tarmac arrives. One should have been here hours ago.
Yes, I hope nothing's happened to him.
Look. You may need help.
Don Dolores wants to leave as soon as Tarmac gets here.
Hey, Gonzalez. One of those men attacked me, took my hat and shirt and number tag.
What was your number?
65. Bring all the men here and we'll check their tags. I want to check all your tags. Let's see yours. Number 98. Good morning, Gonzalez. Why, gentlemen, this is a surprise. We just dropped in to visit your mine. I've never seen one before, but what are you doing, hiring new men?
No, we're looking for a spy. Someone stole a number tag and is masquerading as a miner. Number 18. Number 36.
A spy! Stop it! Oh, I'm so sorry. Quick, do something or he will escape.
Run over the car and back it up. Hurry.
I'm in the face. Hang on. Search that hatch.
Ramon and I can go this way, and you...
Tarmac.
Hold it! Don't shoot.
After them, after them!
Who is this man?
I don't know. I never saw him before. Whoever he is, he was with Tarmac, so he must be one of Don DeLauro's men. We'll have to guard him carefully. My men can take care of him.
Thank you, but I think we should take him to the council at once for destiny.
You've admitted you're one of Don DeLauro's men. Well, then, who is he?
I don't know.
Turn them over to me. The notary has ways of making prisoners talk.
May I make a suggestion?
In California, we have very effective ways of persuading people to talk.
What good will gold do me? Don DeLauro will see that I never live to spend it.
We can protect you from Don DeLauro.
How?
We can give you escort to the coast where you can get a ship to Europe. With this money, you can live very pleasantly in Paris. Don DeLauro could never harm you there.
All right. I'll tell. I'm not positive who Don DeLauro is. No one has ever seen his face. But last night, when I was on duty in the secret room in the mine,
The golden arrow. Where did it come from? Must have come through that window. Someone's going to touch.
Come on.
so die all traitors to Don DeLauro.
Our connection with the mine is known to the council, but I've forestalled any investigation until tomorrow. So we will have time to abandon the workshop there. But before we do, I want the mine crippled so badly that by the time it can be repaired, I will be in power, and the gold will belong to me. Tonight, after the workmen have left,
Where are you going?
Back to the mine. I want to find that secret room before tomorrow's investigation.
Shall I call the Legion?
Yes, but keep out of sight until I call for you.
Custer's office relieved of the mine. Let's get the rest of the tools out of here. Tarmac and his men will be here any moment.
All right, pull it up.
Don Dolores Yankees. Get the Legion.
Hurry up, get them on the wagon. We're going to blow up the shaft after the next load. It's the last load. Quick, check the door. Dora's Legion.
shore. Last night I saw you kiss another. Yes, I did. Oh, tell me, where did all the good times go? Last night I saw you kiss another. Yes, I did. Oh, tell me, where did all the good times go? Yes, I'll call you for the last time forever. 'Cause there's something I just gotta know. Please excuse me for this intrusion. Oh, darling, but tell me, where did all the good times go? You know, I don't wanna make you over. And you know, I won't be happy without you, baby. But I gotta know.
How about it, Jesse? You haven't got a chance.
We hold the secret of life in our hands.
I command you to arise.
He wanted to save a friend. She wanted a world of obedient killer zombies.
Jesse James will kill us for what you are doing.
Jesse James will be caught and hanged in Shelby.
Her fiendish Frankenstein monster stalks the West's most fearless outlaw.
Save your strength, Jesse James. You will need it.
Howdy do. All right, come on. Add it across. Come on now, come on, give me the dough. There you are. There's more than that. Come on, the whole of it. I ain't got any more. You're holding out on me, I know. All right. Now you can go. Okay, then. We're through. But I don't get tossed out empty-handed. Your wallet, Matt. A nice fat wallet. Hand it over. You won't get even as far as the door, Montana. I told you wouldn't get as far as the door. Now, my wallet. Now turn in your car keys. How am I going to get back to town? Walk, blast you, and when you get to Stanton, don't stop. But you know what's good for you. Now beat it. Now to go take a look at back, Mike. Make sure the kid ain't there. We got talking to do. matter, kid?
I ran into trouble. On the Tatnall Road, state trooper starts chasing me.
Trooper? You sure?
I got 2 bullet holes in the windshield. He started shooting at me, and then I heard a siren.
Go on, what happened?
Well, I went around a curve like crazy, so did he, and then he didn't make it, because he went off the road, and then I heard him smack into a tree or something.
Spill it all. Did you stop?
No, those bullets missed me by inches. I just kept going.
Well, Mike, we got to check on this. First, we get rid of that car.
Eat alive to it first thing in the morning, and nothing worse can happen to you the rest of the day.
There is some advice worth taking.
Well, yes.
All right, get back over here,
I wish I
Ireson.
could eat a toad. That
Here
would
I
be
am.
wonderful.
Well, that was James Dean, and actually, this is a fairly obscure clip, you know, because James Dean, this was the only television thing James Dean did, The Unlighted Road, and it was done live. Well, live. It was filmed, but it was done live. So, actually, there's a very interesting story behind how I got a hold of this. You know. Admit one. Yeah. What? Well, sure. Okay. Okay, sure. That's weird. A big hello to Marie and Bob in Scarborough from Don at the Bowlerama.
How did Don know what was happening?
How did he find me here? That's weird. Okay, James Dean. All right, now I've got some Rafe Davis here for you. What is this?
One
Grand
interruption
Central
after
Station?
another. What is this?
Yeah, come in.
It's getting busy.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, my God. Chuck.
Yeah.
Ryerson.
Hey, that's me.
Oh, my God.
Who are you?
Ralph.
Hi.
Ralph. I'm the security guard here.
Well, come on, step over here.
Hey,
Step over here.
Dynamite.
Let me hook you up with this. Here.
I
yeah,
think
you
I know
do
how.
it.
I saw you do this one. I feel like
All right.
Bill Donahue.
Turn him on, Ryerson.
Isn't that? Oh my God! I just checking a room, seeing if the locks are up, and I heard noise. I'm shocked. I can't believe this. This is fantastic. How are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm fine. You know, we're making this tape actually, Ryerson and I. You know, it's
Back in business, as it were.
Well, yeah, not on TV, but we're putting this tape together. Chuck's Choice Cuts.
Oh, dynamite!
Yeah.
You're showing all kinds of. Oh,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
great.
we got
We're
short
wrong.
cereals
Back.
and-
That's-
yeah.
You're on it right now.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
my God. Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I would want to. Have you done your thing?
Well, no, I hadn't actually.
You know what
'cause
I'm talking about.
Yeah. But well, you know, I wasn't wearing the
Why don't
uniform.
you-
Well, if you're here,
I'm
maybe you
here.
do it for me.
Well,
With me?
Together.
All right.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
How-
This is the security guard's salute.
Hey,
All right.
I do this every night when I get here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Freeze
Okay.
a suspect in its tracks.
Exactly.
All right. You ready?
Okay, yeah.
All right. Stance.
Stance.
Ready. Set. Go. Hey. You! All right.
Who says I wasn't watching? That's dynamite. That's dynamite.
That's great. Yeah. Well.
Boy, and you look
Hey,
exactly
listen,
like you sound.
You better buy this tape. You know what I mean?
Oh, no problem. Oh, well, hey, the door. I better get that.
Yeah. Okay.
We both know what that means.
Okay. Here,
Okay,
give me
I
the
know how to do
microphone.
that.
All right. Well, we'll see you around. You'll be back up? Yeah.
Oh, sure. I'll just, keep checking, make sure everything's all right. You guys need anything, just
All right.
call me, okay?
Yeah,
So
okay.
Take care of
Okay,
yourself.
yeah, nice meeting you, Ralph.
Dynamite.
Hey, goodbye, Ralph.
See ya.
Okay,
Take
yeah,
good
take
care
care.
of him, one.
No problem.
I love security
It's all
guards.
happening, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, let me play this. Rafe Davis.
Mama don't allow no music played in here. Mama don't allow no music played in here. Well, I don't care what Mama don't allow, I'm gonna play music anyhow. Mama don't allow no music played in here. Mama don't allow no juice hard playing in here. No, Mama don't allow no juice hard playing in here. Well, I don't care what Mama don't allow, I'm gonna do juice harp anyhow. Mama don't allow no juice harp playing in here. Mama Lionel baked filling in here. Oh, Mama Lionel baked filling in here. Well, I don't care what Mama Lionel baked filling in. How Mama Lionel baked filling in here. Now, Mama don't allow no train whistling in here. Mama don't allow no train whistling in here. Well, I don't care what Mama don't allow, I'm gonna do a train whistle anyhow. Oh, Mama don't allow no train whistling in here. Now, Mama don't allow no bazooka playing in here. Oh, no. Mama don't allow no bazooka playing in here. Well, I don't care what Mama don't allow, I'm gonna do a bazooka anyhow. Now, Mama don't allow no bazooka playing in here. Mama don't allow no tap dancing in here. How am I gonna do it? Mama don't allow no tap dancing in here. Well, I don't care what Mama don't allow, I'm gonna do a tap dancing anyhow. Now, Mama don't allow no tap dancing in here.
Rock and roll band in the world, the Rolling Stones. The Rolling Stones. Welcome to the breakfast show. I was born in a crossfire hurricane. Well, one California boy I know.
Up in the sky, look! It's a bird! It's a plane! It's Superman!
Faster than a streak of lightning. More powerful than the pounding surf. Mightier than a roaring hurricane. This amazing stranger from the planet Krypton, the Man of Steel, Superman. Possessing remarkable physical strength, Superman fights a never-ending battle for truth and justice, disguised as a mild-mannered newspaper reporter, Clark Kent.
And while on a hunting trip, my father discovered what are now known as the Henderson Caverns. More than 40 years ago, he mysteriously disappeared while exploring them further. Recently, I found these maps and charts he left, suggesting that still greater wonders and mysteries lay beyond in this vast underground world. Now, if your paper will help finance the expedition, I will take Miss Lane and Mr. Kent with me and guarantee the Daily Planet exclusive rights to the story.
Sounds like a great story, Chief.
I'd love to go.
Well, let me see. All right, it's a deal.
Thanks, Mr. White. We can leave immediately. Careful now. Those are explosives for the blasting we'll have to do. We're shoving off, Kent. Meet you in the Blue Grotto.
So long, Clark.
See you later, Lois.
According to the map, this next grotto is further than any man has ever been.
Is that the outside?
That's right. The dynamite.
Above his head. Why, the resemblance is remarkable. Is that the...
Yes, my father. But what would they be doing with a statue of him?
And the sun! And the sun! And the
a job for Superman.
It's really a great story, Lois. But no one would ever believe it.
Don't fix your hair, quiet. Don't pull your hair back.
You ready?
All right. Don't pull your hair back.
Now,
Yes,
look,
Dave.
Tyler, I gotta see if you don't mind.
Don't pull your hair back.
All right, now take a deep breath and hold it. I'll try not to hurt. I'll try to get the goddamn dress off.
I want to see her suffer.
Please.
I want to see her life torn apart.
Please, Mrs. Tanner, don't get yourself excited. I know you have a great emotional distress, but let's try to be reasonable. By going to the police, what will you gain? Not for one man,
Visit us.
I thought perhaps you were. Did you find out that you were afraid tonight? That's the wrong goddamn line, isn't it? Huh?
I said my name was Rex Durant.
Well, up high in the
My dear, you know I never drink on an empty stomach. Get me something to eat, my child.
Okay.
No, not that ridiculous thing. Now, if there's some caviar.
Yes, in here.
Is it decently chilled?
No, hot as hell.
And left this... What? Oh, jeez.
My goodness, just imagine. 10 million people listening at one time. What a colossal invention in miniature.
Our Paul.
Oh, a letter came this morning. If I can find the goddamn thing. Where it is.
All right, now take a deep breath and hold it. I'll try not to hurt. I'll try to get the goddamn dress off. You know, I haven't been in an apartment like this for a long time. It's been 2 years since I was in New York.
How does it look to you?
About the same as any other place these days, but good. You're looking blooming.
Oh, I'm fine. You been getting any lately?
Overtime, you mean?
This is a deplorable situation, and something's got to be done about it. I'm not going to stand idly by.
Dad, can't you understand that I don't want to go to the dance?
Oh, I know you're trying to be a good sport about it, but I'm going to get you...
Now take a deep breath and hold it. I'll try not to hurt too much.
Oh.
Did you know it was Eddie Moore's blonde wife Regan was supposed to run off with?
Who doesn't?
Did you know that Eddie Moore's owned the goddamn it.
Must be difficult for a man who has spent a lifetime stirring up goddamn knowledge that... Didn't Tanner come at your invitation? And didn't you try to get rid of him because you knew that your husband was coming home unexpectedly?
That's not true.
And didn't he refuse to leave because he knew the crevice in the Yamas crash?
Doc, I had another one of those goddamn fits. Could I bring a friend of mine, Steve Trilling, along? He has fits every day.
Kill it.
You know, it's 2 years since I've been in New York.
How does it look to you?
Well, about the same as every place else these days. But good. You're looking blooming.
Oh, I'm fine. Just fine.
Well, I don't know whether you've laid any... Laid.
Hey!
You know, it's none of my goddamn...
Golly Moses. Where do you want the remains sent?
Is it that bad?
What happened, Mike?
Gee, these New York women are certainly nuts.
Oh, I don't think so.
Sir, Johnny Rocco was more than a king. He was an emperor. His rule extended over beer, the slot machines, the numbers racket, and a dozen other forbidden enterprises. He was a master of the fix. Jesus, look around at that face. Mary!
Oh, no. You get out. You turn right around and leave.
Oh, but Mary!
You heard me. I planned for 4 years how you were going to see me, and it wasn't going to be like this. You get out and count to 20 and then come in again.
All right, Mary.
Hello, John.
Hiya, Fred. God damn it. All right, okay. Action, go.
Oh, shh.
What's all this monkey business? What is it, kid? Get out of the way.
Well, the goddamn thing won't work.
Jesus Christ, I'm knocking myself out, if anybody.
Bill, darling.
Hello.
Sally, I want you to meet Van Johnson, president of the Actors Guild.
How do you do? Say, I meant to tell you, I fixed up a little lab on the porch. I hope you don't mind.
Of course not.
Found a table I could use. Had to extend the gas connection a bit for the Bunsen burner. Look, I hope you don't mind. Goddamn regret having that.
Yeah, why don't you? I hope you don't mind.
Well, all right. Well, listen, what's the deal?
Well, just like it says there. Oh, Christ, it's not...
Are you comfortable in the house?
Very. Josephine's a fine cook. I'll probably end up getting fat. I hope you don't mind. I meant to tell you that if I got the line right, I was going to build a laboratory on the goddamn fort.
Homer, you don't know where I can find an apartment, do you? Why, sure, Joe. How about the King's Arms? King's Arms? Where's the King's Arms? Around the Queen's ass.
I mean, really? Shit. Really?
Oh,
Oh, you god...
It is safe to state that the grandchildren of some of the people in this dinner will not be born on Earth. They come from the bowels of hell, a transformed race of walking dead. Zombies guided by a master plan for complete domination of the Earth. Plan 9 from outer space. Starring the most nightmarish cast ever. Bela Lugosi, the seductive vampira, and Floyd Johnson as the Walking Dead.
Turn off your electro gun! No! No! Stop it, Dennis!
I can't get it. It's jammed.
Stop it, you fool!
Bullets bounce off their bodies. Rockets, missiles, jets cannot stop their death ships. What earthly power can stop this terror? For a glimpse of things to come, see this blast of screen suspense. For it could be happening right now.
Captain Fierce from the Nostromo. Yes.
All right. Well, that was a trailer from. Come on out of there. Trailer from Plan 9 from Outer Space.
What bizarre that is. There's a bunch of weird stories attached to that too, isn't there?
Yeah, well, numbers of stories. The first one is that you see Bela Lugosi in the trailer. Well, Bela Lugosi actually only made 2 minutes of the film before he died. I think he was on the film for a day or two, and then he died. So Eddie Wood, the director, had his chiropractor play the part of Bela Lugosi. So all through the rest of the film, you see these segments of Bela Lugosi from the 2 minutes clips that he did, and then you see this chiropractor who always has his cape in front of his face, so you never actually see him. But he was much, much younger than Bela Lugosi and much bigger, and but he was Eddie Wood's chiropractor, so got to...
Ed Wood Jr. was a bit of a strange character, wasn't he? He used to like to dress up in women's clothing when he was directing.
Oh, very weird. Actually, here, this on Admit One tapes, of course, Plan 9 from Outer Space, if you want to see the whole thing, and also, Glenn or Glenda, can you get this, Ryerson?
Yeah, just get
okay.
in. Yeah.
You see the dishy-looking blonde in the middle there?
Oh, very
on the top?
tasty.
That's Eddie Wood in Angora sweaters. Angora was his favorite material.
Hi, Chuck. Hi, Ryerson.
Oh, Doria, how are
I
you?
had so much trouble getting in here. That security guard gave me such a fight. Anyways, so I have to tell you something. The funniest coincidence happened.
What?
A couple of days ago, I was on set doing a gig, which is Actors Talk for Job, and I was reading the paper, and I read you were doing this tape. I couldn't believe it. I thought that was so great. So I thought that now that I've broken into, I don't know if you know this about me, I've made a professional television commercial.
Really?
Yes. And so now that I've broken into the business professionally, I'd like to share things I've learned with you, you know, because I think that if you ever do break into it professionally, you know, like become a union member and all that stuff, there's stuff you should know. And I don't want to be a backbiter like other people in the biz, which is show business, we call it the biz. So I thought I'd come down here and I'd help you just, you know, little hints that make you look a little better. You know, do you have a mark, things like that? So,
well, we're on now, actually. The tape's rolling. Right, the camera.
Did you see what I just did?
Yeah.
Chuck, that was a warm, personal smile. And they told me at Weiss Barron that that was going to be how I was going to be typecast, as a person with a warm, personal smile.
Oh.
And I think that you have to learn how you're going to be typecast too, but actually, you don't look very good. You need makeup because you look very old right now. Like the bags under your eyes. Now, you should have somebody here doing makeup. Actually, I can help you a bit. And also, the grease on your nose shines. And it doesn't look very good. They taught me
Doria,
that. So there's always somebody around who has powder.
Could you
and
show
every
Chuck this
take-
when, maybe we could put a tape on, because we're running out of time on this tape. We've only got 2 hours. Maybe you could show that, Chuck, while we're rolling the other thing.
Okay, well, first, you've got to have red dots in your eyes because it makes your eyes look bigger. Okay, well, I'll
Really?
teach you that during the tape.
Okay,
like,
let me
better,
just
'cause
let me
you sure
just
look
get
sick. Like, not sick. Okay, not sick, but
let
on
me
tape
just
you look
get this on Andy's
just-
cane.
Yeah,
and then
actually, some of this stuff I'd like to put on your desk.
Fine.
You-
Yeah. Okay. Just let me get this on
Okay, well, here, I'll just-
here.
Hiya, kids! It's Andy's gang! I got a gang, you got a gang, everybody's gotta have a gang. But there's only one real gang for me. Good old Andy's gang! Yes, sir, Andy's gang. With Little Squeaky, Midnight the Cat, and
and that mystical, magical Froggy the Gremlin. Children, ladies and gentlemen, once again we turn our minds from the cares of the workaday world to the world of culture. Yes, we are about to witness another operatic success, the Sextet from Lucia, starring the prima donna Chicken Little. The orchestra is in the pit tuning their instruments as the spectators anticipate the musical treat which is soon to be theirs. Hush now with the audience and enjoy the Sextet from Lucia. Oh, Squeaky, you were great. Let's go over and see what Froggy the Gremlin thinks of you. Froggy, you little magic maker, I want you to become visible now. Plunk your magic clanger, Froggy.
Hiya, kids, hiya.
Oh, you're so mischievous, Froggy. I can't understand why the kids like you so much.
'Cause I'm cute, I am,
Speaking of cute, what do you think of little Squeaky? Don't you think he's cute?
He's a pig, he is.
Froggy, how can you dare call little Squeaky a pig? I don't think it's a bit cute.
Neither do I.
Name calling is a terrible thing, and to call someone a pig is just simply awful.
Unless he is a pig.
Well, yes, if you're talking about a real pig, of course, that would be different. But to call little Squeaky a pig... Why, you've changed him into a pig. Froggy, how could you possibly sink so low as to change our little Squeaky into a pig?
'Cause he's a little rat, he is.
Froggy, this is the end. I'll have no one in my gang who is a name caller. I just don't like kids who call names.
But you call him a rat, you do.
Froggy? Why, that's the worst fib I've ever heard.
What do you call him? What do you?
Why, I call him a rat.
Shame on you.
I didn't call him a name. You tricked me.
You called Squeaky a rat, you did.
Well, he is a rat. I mean, you changed him into one. And you'd better change him back.
Oh, you squirrely.
Squirrely? Why, do you know what that infers?
Yep.
Well, now, aren't you ashamed?
Nope.
Well, I'll be doggone. Now, how can you infer that poor little Squeaky is crazy and not be ashamed?
I didn't.
You said he was squirrely.
He is.
Now, listen, when you say someone is squirrely, you infer that he's a squirrel. A baby squirrel.
That's right.
Now, look, Froggy, that's enough of this funny business. You and your magic. Now, you change Squeaky back this instant.
Ah, he's a little skunky, as he is.
Froggy, what a terrible thing to say. Oh, no. You can't fool me this time. I'm wise that you've changed him again. I know Squeaky's a little skunk.
What you said.
So he is a squirrel.
No, he's a little skunk.
He is not.
He is too.
I said he's not.
I said he is.
I tell you, he's a little skunk.
Rex.
Listen, you little gremlin, you get this little skunk out of here.
Shame on you, calling poor little Squeaky man.
Oh, I can't help it if he's a pig, a rat, a squirrel, or a skunk.
I don't like name callers. I'm leaving.
Yes, sir, we're pals. And pals stick together. And now, gang, don't forget church or Sunday school. And remember, Andy's gang will get together right here at the same time next week. We'll have another exciting story and lots of other fun, too. So long, fellas and gals!
Now it's your turn to cry over me. Every road has a turning. That's one thing you're learning. I cried for you. What a fool I used to be. For I found two eyes just a little bit bluer. I found a heart just a little bit truer. I cried it's your turn to cry over me.
Everybody sing.
I cry for you. Now it's your turn to cry over me. Every road has a turning. That's one thing you're learning. I cried for you. And what a fool, what a fool, what a fool I used to be. For I found two eyes just a little bit bluer. I found a heart just a little bit truer. I cried for you. Now it's your turn to cry over me.
Well, I'm loading the banana boats all night long. Hey, daylight, and I wanna go home. Hey, all of the workmen sing this song. Hey, daylight, and I wanna go home. They go see Calypso Joe. Everybody know Calypso Joe.
What you want?
I love you so.
Swing low, sweet chariot, come for to carry me home.
Rancho, hey, the man back the door, Rancho. Him man, he won't let me go, Rancho. Rancho, as fast as you can, Rancho. He's holding me hand.
I don't want to record in the studio.
You don't? Why not?
Come with me, I'll show you what I have in mind. Treat me like a lady, sugar and spice. Treat me like a lady, everything nice. I don't want Cadillacs or any minks from Saks. I just want love.
Again the cucaracha, the mambo and the cha-cha. And this is just the start of Calypso Heat Wave. Calypso Heat. Calypso Heat. Heat Wave.
Oh, I like that.
Looks good.
Oh, it looks great. Look at that. The man with a bulgy head.
Is the Ryerson School of Camera Work.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, technique devised by Ryerson DuPont himself.
Yes, with a lot of cooperation from my mother. It's
All right.
time for the famous Chuck contest, where we give away a whole complete bunch of videotapes.
Yes, and let me tell you how to get these videotapes. First of all, if you bought a tape, you should have got a ticket with your videotape, all right? If you're renting the tape, then you should have got one anyway. Your dealer should have given you one. If he didn't give you one, go back to the store and demand that you get a ticket.
Before you watch any more of this tape.
That's right, because you're going to find out a number in a second. Now, I am going to draw out of this bowl here, well, all right, a wicker basket. I'm not above admitting what it really is. If I draw the number that you have that accompanies your tape, bought or rented, then you will win the entire collection of Admit One videotapes.
Whoa, that's 12 of them.
That's 12 of them, and quite a bit of your own money in that,
Right,
Ryerson.
and listen, imagine if you bought 12 blank tapes, how much it would cost you. This all has stuff on it, like Go Johnny Go and Reefer Madness and White Zombie and all of those.
Plan 9 from Outer Space and Glenn and Glenda, and everything else, which you can find out in the Admit One catalog. But you'll be the proud owner of the entire collection if your number is...
And the winning number is...
142.
Whoa!
142. If your number is 142, that's 142, 142, 1 followed by a 4 followed by a 2, you would win the entire collection. That's 12 tapes, 1 followed by a 2, 12 tapes of the Admit One catalog.
Why,
And
I
better
have
put-
that number right here, Chuck.
No, Ryerson and I and dealers are not allowed to win it.
Oh, that's
'Cause you
not
would know.
fair.
Okay, so you get that number to me. Now, don't send in your ticket, because if you send in your ticket, I'll keep it and I'll get the tapes myself. You keep it, but send in a photocopy of that tape. And if you send in the photocopy to
Admit One
One
Video,
Video
Presentations,
Presentations,
311 Adelaide Street, East Toronto, Ontario, M5A 1N2. Thanks,
and
Chuck.
if you want that address anymore, you'll have to play your tape back and look at it again. But you send in your photostat or photocopy to that address, and you will win the entire collection. And without further ado, I'm going to put on, where'd that go? Here it is, a public service announcement.
Oh, I like public
Some
service
information.
announcements, especially the old ones. They were ridiculous.
Here we go. Play.
That's my son. I got a mic here. Going to put it. Your son, Tony, you spell it with an O. S-O-N. Oh, Tony. That's right.
That's all right.
That's right.
Please, everybody outside it, please. I got everything all ready. Dr. Davis said it here, please. Marie, my wife, she's in this room here. She got her sister with her, too. Please, doctor, hurry up. I stay right here waiting for the good news. What's the matter? Business ought to finish, please. Outside, huh? Tomorrow, everybody come and drink the free wine and for my new bambino, huh? Buonasera. Buonasera. Good night. Thank you, everybody. Good night. What's the matter, Doctor? Don't you want to tell me she's a boy? He's a boy, no?
Yes, Tony, it's a boy.
Maria, she's okay?
She's all right.
Well, the bambino is all right, my Maria is all right, but your face isn't all right. What's the matter?
Tony, your son was born dead.
What's that?
Well, I've got a pretty good idea, Tony, but I'll have to ask you a few questions first.
Questions? What questions?
Well, not now, Tony. I better wait till your wife gets
No, please, now you've got me crazy. What's happening?
All right. Did anyone ever tell you, Tony, that you've got syphilis?
What are you talking about? No, I never got it. It's stuff.
Think. I want you to think back carefully. Do
you remember ever having a sore that didn't heal very fast?
No, I never... Well, yes, about 2 years ago. That's before I was married. I got a little sore, but I buy some salve. I put them on and she gets all cured.
That might make the sore go away, but no medicine you could buy ever cured syphilis.
I got syphilis.
I'm almost sure syphilis killed your baby, Tony. You see, a syphilitic sore will go away without any treatment in time, but the germs stay in your body. Yes, Tony. I'm afraid that you gave Maria syphilis, and she gave it to the baby.
Tony! I kill my bambino. I break my Maria's heart. I don't want to live no more.
Tony, you got to get hold of yourself.
What's the good we when no more can have a bambino?
You're wrong, Tony. With proper medical treatment, you can both be cured. Then you can have all the bambinos you want.
You mean if me and my Maria we go to the hospital, we can have another bambino? Is he going to live?
Sure you can. If you have the proper medical treatment. I want you to promise me you're going to come to the hospital.
Please, Doctor. Excuse the tears, right? The house is so full of people. Got to run over a little bit, but is it true that we can have another son who's going to be all right?
Believe me, Tony, it is.
All right. We take any kind of a treatment with the doctor.
Adam, I've got to go in the other room and see your wife again.
I can go with you.
No, Tony, but I'll let you know when you can come in.
Please, Doctor. Don't be too long, huh?
Okay, Tony.
Well, goodbye, Tony. Now, remember, you and your wife must come here every week. You mustn't miss a single treatment.
Don't you worry, Doctor. Me and my Maria, we come here every week. You bet you my life.
Thank you, Mr. Doctor, for coming to see me so many times. My son and me are very glad. We have such a good friend who tells us what to do.
Oh, that's all right, Mrs. Madroni. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Tony.
Goodbye, Doctor. And thank you too much.
Be sure you come every week. Come in, young man. Oh, Dr. Perkins.
Yes?
I want to thank you for taking an interest in Tony Madroni and his wife.
Oh, don't thank me. The more patients, the better I like it, Dr.
Morton. I was the intern on the Madroni case.
Oh, yes, Dr. Morton. I'm very glad to meet you. Won't you come in? Have a chair.
Thank you.
I won't be long. Well, young man, what seems to be your trouble? That's all right. This is Dr. Morton.
Well, sir, some time ago, I picked up a girl in a dance hall. Well, about 3 weeks later, I noticed a little sore here on my mouth. Didn't pay much attention to it. I thought it was just a cold sore, but the darn thing hung on so long, I got kind of worried about it. I happened to pick up one of these public health service folders and got to reading about syphilis, and I got scared.
Did the folder explain everything all right?
Yes, sir. It said in there that even though a sore might heal up just like mine did, if you've got syphilis, germs might still be in your body. I found out all the things that could happen to you if you didn't get to it right away. I figured I'd better come down here and find out about it.
Good boy. Miss Jones, I want to take a blood test on this man.
Yes, Doctor.
All right. Take off your coat and roll up your sleeve, please.
Now, this blood test will show whether you had a cold sore or whether you've got syphilis. Now, if this makes you nervous, you can turn your head. Make a tight fist, please.
Is it going to hurt much, Doc?
No. Just a little pinprick. As soon as we've finished this, you can go into the other room and Dr. Howard will give you a complete physical examination.
He's pretty lucky to have picked up this folder.
Sit down. Make yourself comfortable.
Thank you.
Yes, he was lucky to have picked up that folder. But there are hundreds of thousands of men and women in this country suffering from syphilis who won't pick up a folder. It's a pretty sad state of affairs when we have to depend on luck to whip this syphilis problem. If they could see the truth behind newspaper articles reporting nervous breakdowns, suicides, and deaths from heart failure, they'd find a shocking percentage could be chalked up to late syphilis. Now, I was called as a consultant in this case. Stanton didn't have a nervous breakdown. He had paralysis. Probably contracted syphilis 15 or 20 years ago. The outward symptoms disappeared, and he thought he was cured. And syphilis began to soften his brain. His business judgment went bad, but by the time he went to pieces, it was too late to save either the public's money or Stanton. And yet he could have been cured if he'd received medical care in time. Surely. If Stanton had had a blood test and proper treatment years ago, we could have prevented that tragedy. Now, here's another problem we run into. Here's a man who began his treatments 10 years ago and took them for a few weeks until the sore cleared up, and he thought he was cured. We couldn't get him back again for the rest of the treatments. It took syphilis 10 years to get him. But 2 months ago, he had a heart attack while he was driving his car. He crashed into a schoolyard and killed 3 children. Syphilis killed them all.
Yes, but those men didn't know as much about syphilis as young fellows do today.
Well, Morton, I'd like to agree with you, but I can't. Now, here's a typical case. Jerry Anderson. Jerry Anderson, college athlete, good student, intelligent, son of respectable family. Jerry's story began the afternoon of the last football game of the season. He and his teammates had won the game and decided to go out for a little celebration that evening.
Remember me?
Sure do, buddy.
There's 6 of us.
More the merrier. Ladies in the parlor.
Come on in, fellas.
Good evening. Good evening, sir. Good evening. Good evening. Miss Peggy's waiting for you.
Thanks.
So, Jerry had his celebration. And only 3 weeks later, he was sitting just where you are. What's your name?
Jerry Anderson.
Jerry Anderson. How did you happen to come into the clinic?
I couldn't afford to go to a private doctor. I didn't know what to do. Called the county health department to see if they couldn't do something for me. I was told to come and see you.
What's your trouble, Jerry?
Well, I've got a pretty bad sore down here.
Just stretch out on the table over there. We'll have a look at you. Come over here. I want you to see this little corkscrew devil that's causing all your trouble. Look. This dark field test shows up the spirochetes. Can you see them wriggling back and forth across the slide?
Yes. What did you call them?
Spirochetes. Those are the germs that cause your syphilis. You had to learn the hard way that you can't tell by the looks of a woman whether she has syphilis or not.
I guess that finishes me. I'll have to leave home, quit school, and go someplace where people don't know who I am.
Now, Jerry, you know you can't meet any problem by running away from it. You may not realize it, but you're a very lucky young man because we're catching this in time to cure you. Miss Jones, prepare a 4/10 Neo injection.
Yes, but, Doctor, I can't take a chance on the folks or the kids at school finding out I've got syphilis.
Now, don't worry about having syphilis. Luckily, after the first few injections, the sore will disappear, and you won't be able to infect anybody. Even Go about your class work, play basketball, tennis, or indulge in any other sport. Sit down here, please, and roll up your sleeve. And nobody need ever know that you have syphilis. But you'll have to report every week and not miss a single treatment for at least 1 year.
That's sure a relief. I feel like living again. Gee, Doctor, that didn't hurt a bit. I'd always heard that shots for syphilis were painful.
Not if you go to a doctor who knows his business.
I don't know how to thank you, Doctor.
Just come into my office and give me the name of the girl who infected you. That's all the thanks I wanted. Come on.
Gee, Doctor, I kind of hate to do that. I'm no stoof, is he?
Sit down here, please. Now, Jerry, a lot of men have a false sense of chivalry about giving the name of the woman who infected them. We're not going to do anything harmful to the girl, and your name won't be brought into it. We only want to bring her in for examination and treatment. If we can treat and cure you and the woman responsible for your infection, we're breaking another link in the evil chain of syphilis that stretches every case of the disease. Now, look here. We've found that one case of syphilis usually results in 3 more. Each of the 3 results in another 3. So you can see, Jerry, that every time we treat and cure this disease, we're preventing the spread of syphilis to many hundreds of people. So you're doing your job by coming to me for treatment, and I'll do mine by curing you.
I'm beginning to see what we're up against. The same old mistakes over and over again. What are we going to do to put young men wise?
I can show you one of the answers to that question if you have a little time to spare.
I'm right with you, Doctor. Oh, the courthouse. What are we doing here?
Well, the county health officers sometimes hold their meetings here. Other times in schoolhouses, large buildings, or wherever we can find the space and get an audience. Today they're running a new film for a group of young men to show them how to protect themselves from contracting venereal diseases.
Those are the facts about syphilis and its dangers. But why let syphilis get started? You can't have syphilis or gonorrhea unless you expose yourself to the germ. If you're smart, you'll keep away from prostitutes and pickups. Most of them have syphilis or gonorrhea. They're not safe, and they can't be made safe. As you leave the room, there will be someone waiting at the door to pass out folders containing further information about venereal diseases. They will answer almost any question that comes to your mind about syphilis or gonorrhea.
You'll find that those folders give simple, straightforward facts with no punches pulled.
What do they mean by sucker?
Anybody that believes a druggist or a quack doctor ever cured a case of syphilis. And there are hundreds of thousands of them in this country. Why, disreputable druggists and quack doctors rob the poor devils of millions every year. Just the other day, I heard of a tragic case.
Well, Mr. Spencer, I can see you're walking much better since that last medicine I gave you. Sit down. Sit right down.
No, Doctor. Not much better. My legs seem to be getting worse every day.
But yours is a very stubborn case, Mr. Spencer. Very stubborn indeed. But you must remember that every rocky road in life has a turning. I have just perfected a new remedy for locomotor ataxia. It's taken me years of research.
But, Doctor, you've been prescribing new medicines for me for a long time. I've paid you over $2,000.
Mr. Spencer, I'd sooner cut off my right arm up to there than take another dollar from you if you've lost faith in my ability or my integrity.
I'm sorry, Doctor. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I don't mind putting out the money if I could only get better.
But losing faith in me isn't going to make you feel any better, is it now?
Well, maybe since you put so much time on the new medicine, I ought to give it a fair trial. Are you really sure it will help me?
Why, of course I'm sure. This medicine I absolutely guarantee. Paxton's Panacea. 3 bottles of this scientific discovery of mine, at $5 a bottle, will eliminate every last evil germ of syphilis from your body. Now just follow the directions. Each bottle will last you 3 days. And on the 9th day, all your pains will have vanished, and all of your troubles will be over.
Of course, the coroner said suicide. Yes, but that quack with his worthless drugs really murdered the old man. Morton, there's no excuse for that. We've got the weapons to wipe out this disease. To use them, doctors must have the help of everyone who has been exposed to syphilis.
Syphilis kills babies. It strikes back with blindness and insanity. A licensed physician with modern methods can cure syphilis. No quack doctor or medicine you buy can do the job. Don't be a sucker. Stick to medical treatment and you can be cured. Prostitutes and pickups aren't safe and cannot be made safe. It doesn't pay to take a chance. Watch for the warning signal. Any sore or rash that does not heal quickly means go to a licensed medical doctor or call your city or county health office at once. If you think you've been exposed at any time, get a blood test and a physical examination now. Know for sure.
Well, I think that's about it for our time, is it not?
It's just about.
Yeah,
We're just about
it's pretty well full.
Yes.
Well, I've had a wonderful time. You know,
It's really just like the old days again.
no,
isn't it?
it's such a.
Shall I roll the
Ralph,
music?
yeah, come in.
Come in.
Guys?
Oh,
it's
hi.
Fred.
Hi, Fred.
Come on in, Fred.
Come on in.
Are
Come
you
on
guys
in.
still on?
Well, just right at the end of
Yeah.
the tape. Come on in. Here,
Well,
I'm
you're the
gonna
boss. I
introduce
mean, you just come right in here.
Here. It's Fred. Fred from Admit One.
Hi.
Just up pretty late.
How's it going?
Good, good. It was yeah, it's going well.
You're almost done though, right?
Yeah. We'll be out of here in a couple of minutes. We finished up. The tape looks great. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll talk about it tomorrow.
No, really. I mean, ask the people that are watching. They'll be real happy.
Okay. Did you tell them about the Video Rangers Club?
No. I forgot. I was going to mention it.
Always thinking.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Be good.
Right.
See you later, Fred.
See ya.
Bye.
Take care.
Okay. Okay, that's Fred. Right, the Video Rangers Club. Now, that's very interesting because if you want to become an Admit One Video Ranger, you can by actually writing to the same address. I'll give you this again, and so that you don't have to roll back in your machine. Admit One Video Presentations.
311 Adelaide Street East, Toronto, Ontario, M5A1 and 2.
I was waiting for my sidekick to fill that in for me. Okay, so you can write in, and also if you're interested, and I hope you are, if you like the tape that you've just seen, and you want more of it, or you want different kinds of things on it, you know, I'm really open to anything. I mean, as long as I've got it in my collection, or Admit One's got it, then we can put it on a tape. So, or if you want other kind of things, or you have suggestions, or whatever, do write to the address, which you're going to have to roll back on your machine now to find out, or if you want to become a video ranger. And I would say that's it. But really, I'm very open to, you know, whatever your suggestions may be.
Can I play my tape now?
Yeah, play your tape.
A little bit of Lead Belly?
Yes, certainly. Okay. Certainly. Okay. Put it on.
Okay.
Okay. Here's it. Okay. Well, I've had a great time. And Ryerson, it's so much fun doing this again.
It's really nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
now I think we better get out of here.
We'll see you next time on another tape, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
We hope.
Let me see. Everything packed up here.
Okay, I'll just lock the camera off here.
Kill the lights.
Yeah.
Mine. Right, you got that?
It's fading into the blue yonder here. I think, actually, yeah, I may as well kill this one as well.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. Well, so you think...
Oh, you may as well punch up black.
All right.
Then
advertised resistance to this vulgar, lewd rocking and rolling.
This is a story of violence. A violence born of the uncontrolled passions of adolescent youth and nurtured by this generation of parents. Those who in their own smug little world of selfish interests and confused ideas of parental supervision refuse to believe today's glaring headlines. But it has happened. Only the people and places have been given other names.
Yeah, go ahead, let them kill each other. I swear it, I love it when chicks fight. It gets me hot. There's nothing like a good cat fight.
How did it go at school today?
It went.
If you'd rather have coffee, Tony, there's a pot of fresh.
No thanks. I think I'll cut out and size up this Townsville.
You looking for excitement?
Why not? I'm a citizen.
Must be tough being a 35-year-old freshman.
I hate to think of you running around all by your lonely.
Annie, I'm a big boy now. I even go out with girls.
That's why I worry. Thinking of you coming up against those young, tight sweaters.
Nice kiss, buddy. What are you trying to do? Suck her ribs up her neck?
Thank you, Tommy.
Hello, children. Well, here we are, Doc. The two lovebirds, all ready for the wedding. Sit down. Are we healthy enough to get married?
Yeah, both as solid as a new dollar. Sally, that first baby didn't hurt you a bit. You can have a dozen more if you want to. And Bob, you'll be pleased to know that there's no trace of your old VD. 100% cured.
What did you say about a first baby? Sally, you never told me you'd been married before.
Doctor, what did you call it? VD? You mean to say that Bob has actually had one of those horrible diseases? That isn't true, Doctor. Is that true, Bob?
Just a minute, Sally. One scandal at a time. When were you married before?
I wasn't.
But the doctor said you'd had a baby.
That's right, I have had a baby.
You mean it was illegitimate?
That's right, illegitimate. And now will you please tell me what the good doctor meant when he mentioned your old VD?
All right, if you must know, I did have it. But it's no worse than having an illegitimate child.
I think it is. Why, I'd sooner marry a leper.
Why, of all the unreasonable, little Miss Purity has herself a baby out of wedlock and then plays holier than thou. Fine attitude.
Thank you for letting me know about this in time, Dr. West. And now I'm going out into the clean, fresh air.
Well, there went my happy wedding right out the door.
I'm terribly sorry, Bob.
You think these kids would appreciate a nice house with carpeting and silverware and nice plates? Nah, they're lunatics. It's kicks they're after. That's all they care about. Round up the parents and the kids. I want them all in cuffs. Give me some backup black and whites. All black and whites. Come in here. Get those black and whites in here. 10-4.
Look at him jump, just like rabbits.
Yeah, look at him shoot, just like professional marksmen.
It ain't supposed to be this way.
It's heavy. I've seen this movie 23 times, man. It's the best part. Oh, wow, it's an eclipse. Hey, man. Hey, somebody just barfed on that seat, man. Oh, sorry, I didn't tell you about it. Oh, there's milk done. All right.
Excuse me. Somebody just barfed on that seat.
Oh, no, he was just kidding. There's nobody barfed on that seat. Wait a minute, come on back. Oh, man, what'd you tell him that for?
Well, didn't you say someone barfed on the seat?
Oh, shit. incredible shrinking brain, man. God.
Is it possible?
What are you looking at, Doc?
Skin tissue of the lizard. Cells seem to multiply like bacteria. They split every 22 seconds. Look for yourself.
What does it mean they split?
It means that there is no limit to the potential size of the animal. It grows continuously.
What's life? Well, there must be some limit.
The secret of continuous, limitless multiplication of living cells in ordinary animals.
He was in his parking spot.
That's it. Sneak up on him, man. That's a New York cop. Shoot first, ask questions later. Ooh, got him.
Right by the head, man. Oh, that's going to be hard to swallow.
Once more, a frantic pilot radios in a report on a UFO. A bird. A bird as big as a battleship, circling and preparing to attack the CAB plane.
Watch out!
Sure has loose dentures.
Oh, they got him right in the coke stash.
You know, it's good to get home safely with all the strange things going on around here.
Oh, there's nothing to worry about, ma'am. You just be careful out in that fog.
Thank you.
Hey, lady, we got news for you. The old neighborhood ain't what it used to be. Don't go out into the fog.
No, watch out for the fog. It's the attack of the 50-foot chicken wing.
We interrupt this program for an important announcement. The giant locusts have reached the Chicago South Side and nearby suburbs.
Do not panic. Do not panic. Not now, my husband's here. Call up the manager, tell me you got roaches in your room.
Godzilla! Oh, let's run! Hurry!
E.T., phone home. Let's ain't got man.
No hunts either, man.
I said, why don't you get me one, man?
Well, here, I asked you if you wanted one, and here.
Hey, 50-foot woman, we got something for you, man. Hey, can you plug this in?